And welcome back. There was a slight delay in there between videos, but this will be a part A and part B for today with the 2000 point Tau Army. I'm actually in the middle of doing some household chores, making some dinners so I can have stuff ready to go for when I go to work. We've all got daily jobs, daily lives, and things have got to be done. Unfortunately, I thought I was going to have enough time to get all of this completed in one video, but as you can see, we are on to part 2. So today it'll be a two-parter for this build process. We've got all the bodies done, obviously apart from a few bits and pieces, i.e. heads, hands, which you can see all the bits are actually here in front of me. I'm just cleaning up the mold lines and where I've disconnected the parts from the sprue and the heads. As you can see, a little bit more fiddly. Heads are always fun when we're this tiny. So much fun. It's like Space Marine heads. They're tiny, hard to get hold of, and as soon as you want to get hold of them, they want to slip around and get out of your hand. And it's like, guys, come on. Play nice. Be nice. Anyway, as we go through this, I'm getting a few more bits and pieces done, and then hopefully in this afternoon, I will be able to do another video on my Dark Angels, which will be another lot of, conversations on the channel around how I found them play, how my colour scheme works, what I've done to get that vibrant purple on my models. I will also probably show off a couple of models that I had painted by one Ash Mangan. Great paint jobs, done an amazing job. I need to check with Ash whether he is still taking commission work, because he was. And as you saw the other day, the Commander Farsight was one of his models he painted for me, one of his commission pieces from me. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with the work he has done for me. And, absolute legend of a bloke. But nonetheless, we digress slightly, and we'll continue getting these guys built. So, as I keep saying, any questions, any queries, throw them in the comments. I will do my best to get back to you all. I appreciate the love, the feedback, and as someone who's just decided to do this because they've actually been watching a lot of guys my age or older stream videos live, and they might be PokeTubers, I do have a few people that I subscribe to in the Warhammer community, and have found all their channels, the way they do stuff, interesting, and have really wanted to document my stuff and share what it's like for the average Joe, someone who's not the greatest painter. I'm definitely not up to the standards of Heretics for Heresy, who has just found himself to be a new member of the Army Painter Studio team. So congrats to him. His paint jobs are immaculate. You cannot fault the kind of cool stuff that he does. While a lot of, as we call it, hobby nerds have jumped up and down about the way he paints his models. The biggest thing in this, and I will not stress it enough, the biggest thing in this hobby is that you are not constrained to the box art. You are not constrained to the chapter colours. And anyone who gatekeeps that, anyone who jumps up and down and says, oh no, this is not right, you can't do that, don't listen to them. Be you, have fun, go bananas. Like, geez, why not? I'm waiting to see a Custodes faction painted like bananas in pajamas, considering that everyone does love to call the golden boys of the Emperor bananas. So we have our torsos glued. Let's find the correct head. There we go. Look at that one. Now let's start getting some glue in there and putting some heads in. And these guys will really only, if I can get it in my hand in the right way, go in one way. And that is the way. Boom. Head in. Eyeballs facing out. One down. Two to go. Next one. And some of this stuff, some of this putting together will quickly happen because it's quite simple and easy. These bits go together quite fast. And that's why I cleaned up the bodies off camera, just to make it slightly easier, slightly faster. And also so I wasn't really bombarding you for ages and ages with my slight pointlessness. A lot of yammering, a lot of talking shenanigans. Let's work on these arms now. Let's go with all the left arms, because obviously the left arms, as you can see, point out at funny angles. They're not going to be holding weaponry in those arms. One down. Let's have a look. Where are the other two? There they are. One here. So let's go with our other guy. Get some more of that glue on there. And get that out. Bingo, bango, bongo. Oh, arm doesn't want to stay. Of course it doesn't. Always happens with one of these. Oh, there we go. Two arms. Two arms down. We are cooking with gas. And last but not least, we have the third and final arm, which is kind of funny because this one's kind of bent. So let's try and figure out exactly where we want to get this arm situated, and we'll sort him out. Make it look like he's trying to punch someone in the face. There we go. Boom. He's got his fist raised. He's not happy. Not a happy camper. One very unhappy stealth suit. Well, sorry guys. I thought I'd pause my recording for a second to respond to a message, and I thought I was still going, and I've gone ahead and I've glued the rest of the stealth suit together, whose antenna decides it wants to poke in a weird way, including his arm and his gun. So one down, and then we're going to have to build some of these guns just here, which shouldn't be too hard. And there's a bit of a clean-up job still going to be done on that. Which sometimes you think to yourself that you've got it all cleaned up nice and smooth, and then when you pick it up again and have another look, it's all over the place. Which, you know, seems to happen to me quite regularly. It's like, you know what? How about no? The old computer says no. So let's continue on. Let's get this glue sorted out. Bingo, bango, bongo. Let me go. And gun barrel together. Lovely. And then last but not least, we've just got to poke in the end piece there. So whack some glue in there, swirl it around, and in goes the end of the blaster. And now we can shortly and sharply just get some glue on this again, and we'll get him attached. And there we have two. We do have to look at putting his antenna on, but we'll do that shortly. We'll just do this last gun, and then that will give us the 3 guns done and make life a little bit more bearable, a little bit more easable. Be able to pick the guys up a little better, and that will make life fun. Here we go, gluing again. But now, we all hopefully have managed to catch up with the Adepticon reveals. What is everyone's feelings? Was anyone happy? Anyone upset? Anyone wish there was something that was put out that wasn't? Are we looking forward to the new Spaceballs? Again, as I said the other day, one of the Red Blur gaming team is absolutely ecstatic that his Spaceballs finally got an update. He's been crying foul for the last couple of editions, feeling like they're getting left behind when, other factions of Space Marines have received a few bits and pieces, a few updates, a few changes, and got a few new models. Most recently in terms of stuff like I can manage to not drop the Crisis bloody cell suit. Dark Angels, who definitely got a few updates here and there, a new Asmodai, a new Lionel Johnson Primarch, some new updated Deathwing Terminators and Deathwing Knights. The Inner Circle Companions, they also got fancy new ones of them, which allowed for, a few new looking models, some happy people out there, some a little frustrated that it didn't quite go the way they wanted it to, and then some that were over the moon ecstatic with the fact that Dark Angels, who have not really had much of an update in a fairly long time, got some new models and got some updated models. But as a Dark Angels player, I guess I'm looking forward to next edition when we get to 11th or 10.5 or whatever they decide to make it. And we get an update for, there we go, one completed stealth suit. We'll get blue tack to his base so that I can take him off his base and paint him manually. And we move over to here and we've got a couple more. We've got to do the heads and whatnot on these guys. But yeah, looking forward to the update of the command squad. Definitely the Ravenwing command squad and Ravenwing Black Knights need to be, as we would call it, given the Primaris treatment, made bigger. They do look a bit small when you put them with the Chaplain, or you give the Ravenwing command squad to a Primaris unit, which they can go together. And the size comparison is a bit interesting. While the command squad is much smaller bases and therefore takes up much less of a footprint on the table, meaning it's easier to put them out and hide them behind objectives or hide them behind walls. They do definitely. Well, this thing's not gonna like me again. They do definitely need a slight update, and it would be nice to have Primaris sized, changing fingers, Primaris sized, bikes with plasma rifles. Really be able to have a look at what happens and have an army that is all the one size. And a lot of other stuff has been Primaris sized, given the Primaris love and treatment. But those guys are the ones left to be done. Anyway, we are almost done, so this will be the end of today's Tau video, the first one anyway, unless we get lucky and I've got some time up my sleeve to actually build any more of my Tau, which I think I have another box of these guys floating around somewhere I'm going to have to find so that I can build them. You don't really want to see me build drones, it's quite boring. Drones, who wants to build drones? You've got 500 of the bastards, they don't do anything much anymore. Drones are not the same as what they used to be, which is slightly disappointing. They used to have a lot of crazy shenanigans and they were very helpful, and you could take full drone squads, 12 drones just chilling out, shooting at you. Anyway, there is the 3 stealth suits complete. They will be blue tacked to their base shortly, so that then they can go ahead and be primed. But that's all for now. Thank you very much, guys, and don't forget, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Peace out.